What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. We are heroic. We've got a few directives on as well, and we're going to try out a blue screen build today just to kind of see how it plays out and if it's any good. Now, if my map isn't lying to me, this resource convoy should be fairly close to here. It is, it's just up the road. Let's see how we get on. So far, so good. Hey, let me reload.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I mean, if it's gonna go like this is super easy. The thing's like an absolute laser beam. Old school division, cover to cover.
You had enough?
I mean, that was really easy. Really easy. Alright, so let's head back to the base of operations, run the intro, and we'll check out the build. Okay, so I can't quite believe how easy that went, but just before we get into the build, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and hit the bell so you are notified when I upload more Division videos. Even better, coming over to Twitch and hit follow because I could be streaming live right now, and if you need a community Discord because you need help with the Division, you'll find the link to that in the description down below. With all that said, let's get started. Fairly straightforward here. We're going to go with Gunner, spec with LMG damage. Now, we can't use the mag because we're using the Bluescreen exotic and we can't modify it, but there's a whole other load of benefits to come with this. We get 5% rate of increase of fire every time we get a kill, really nice. Banshee pulse if we want to use it. The real kicker here, the 10% armor on kill, which is great, and every third reload is 50% faster. It was definitely made for LMGs. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's take a look at the star of the show. So we've got the Bluescreen. It's got LMG damage, damage to target out of cover, and damage to armor. Unfortunately, we can't re-roll it. This was before that was possible. But we'll read through the talent. It's a little bit lengthy, but we'll go through it. Shooting an enemy, marks that enemy and adds a stack to the agent up to the count of 50. Shooting a marked enemy refreshes the mark and adds stacks to the agent. When you deploy a non-shield skill, remove all the stacks on the agent and all the marked targets will trigger an effect. So depending on how many we've stacked up, 1 to 10, it's going to pulse them. 11 to 25, it'll pulse and disrupt them. 26 to 49, it will pulse, disrupt and disorientate them. And 50 stacks, it'll pulse, disrupt, disorientate them, all within 10 meters. And this is the one that we really want to be using, because it's really easy as well to get up to the full stacks. But there's a little bit of a kicker as well. It says this effect will trigger immediately if any marked enemy is killed, and that's how we're going to use it. Although we are taking a skill that we can use if we do want to deploy it, we're just going to use it just by doing the regular kills. It comes with reload speed, weapon handling, stability, and rate of fire on, which kind of tell you why this thing is a laser beam. I have got my police M4 on just because it has the preservation talent on it. So if I need to get some health back in a bind, I can just switch to this, but mainly we'll be using the blue screen. So we're all about CCing and doing as much damage as we possibly can. So it makes sense with this build to run the vial. It comes with a skill tier, which does help us out with our defender drone, status effects, which will make the effect last for a little bit longer on anything that we do, hazard protection, and I've got critical hit damage in the mod slot. A right rainbow roll. This does toxic delivery. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. The total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and is increased by your status effect attributes. So we haven't got too much status effects. We've gone more down the red route with this because really, you know, what's the point of having CC effects last forever if you can kill them quicker? So we've gone with that mindset. Next up, we've got the chest piece. You can craft this at the bench as long as you've done this season. The cherished, 15% headshot damage, weapon damage, crit hit damage, crit hit chance with perfect trauma. Applies blinds to an enemy hitting the head. The countdown is 20 seconds on that cooldown. Apply bleed to an enemy. You hit in the chest. The cooldown 20 seconds. And then we're going to use a Seska backpack that has creeping death on. When we apply a status effect, it also applies to all enemies within 8 meters of your target, and the cooldown is 15 seconds. Critical hit chance from the brand set bonus, weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and critical hit damage. Alright, with the next piece, we're just going to add a bunch of damage. We're going to use the contractor's gloves because they give us 10% LMG damage, weapon damage, damage to armor, and critical hit to chance. And then after that, we want some survivability. So we're going to go with some Bellstone. We're going to use 2-piece Bellstone for armor regen and armor on kill. This one has a blue core attribute. That's what it rolls with naturally. Crit hit chance and crit hit damage. But to be honest, if I could get this with crit hit chance and crit hit damage on to drop, I would roll the core attribute to red. Just like I've done with the knees here, you can see weapon damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. Here is the build. Pause it now if you need to see it for a little bit longer. But let's take a look at the stats. We're at 56% critical hit chance, 117% critical hit damage, 100% headshot damage, 14% armor damage as well. It's a lot to take in, and it does an absolute bucket load damage as you saw at the beginning. Skills, we're going to go with the defender drone, but you could use the banshee pulse if you really wanted to. But it's tier 1 and we get an extra 5% damage reduction. Stats of 29.2% damage reduction. It's actually really nice. Duration, health and damage reduction mods I've got in all of the slots. The other one was going to take the Revive Hive for the extra life. And that's going to be it for the video. Nice and short and sweet. Showed you a bit of demo at the beginning. It just works really well. Be sure to check it out. Don't forget to come over and see me on Twitch. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Maybe check me out on Twitter. And I'll see all of you agents in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.